Last week, we experienced one of our most harrowing moments when our steering cable snapped at a very inopportune time. Now it's all about taking a deep breath, fixing the steering, and settling in to Chaguaramas.
It's time to check into a new country after a good night's sleep.
We've been talking to Celicia at Powerboats, who's the nice lady at the front office. It's really, really helpful. She's kind of holding our hand through the check-in process. And then we got to do immigrations, we got to do customs. I think they're all close though.
Okay. I never doubted you. That's why they call it powerboats.
If we need to.
Yep. Oh, they got it. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning, how you doing?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
See where it's broken? Right
Right
there.
there.
You gonna fix it for me?
No.
No!
I'm not. Dad's going to.
Okay.
Here's the end of it that comes out of the cable running to the steering wheel. Back in there you can see the frayed end where it broke. And I just looked at these when I was down in here painting. I cleaned back in there quite a bit, and so I took a good look at them. It's usually the fittings and the ends and stuff that you're looking at, all of which looked absolutely fine. I mean, and even looking at it, it doesn't look like corroded or anything. Because I was hand steering, and I've got some mechanical advantage, obviously, through the wheel, but I don't think that would be enough to break a cable that was in okay shape. The other one's okay. It's laying here loose because, there's no pressure on it. That one lays into the top groove, and this one lays into the bottom groove based on the positions of those end nuts where they're in the rudder itself. And then, both rudders are connected with this big, massive piece of tubing, which is a really nice, big, chunky connection. Big honking pin right there. And that's why the autopilot, which is right here, that is the position sensor that goes up to the autopilot. And that's why it was able to continue to work. It's not operating a cable, it's just operating all this mechanical stuff. So I guess I'm going to learn how to replace a steering cable in the very, very near future. Sorry. Well, we're in River's bedroom right now. And I just got Lauren to take the access panel from me. And through here is where we get to basically everything up at the helm. That's pretty convenient, really. Surprisingly so, because we got our autopilot, we've got our throttle controls, which those are going to be getting replaced here very soon. And then, of course, the steering, which is right here in front of us. Big old chain around a sprocket where the wheel is. And on either end of that chain are the two cables, that junction right there. So yeah, again, looking at this, I don't see how we could be doing anything besides replacing the entire cable. That's the only thing that really makes sense. And obviously we'll do both of them so that they're both nice and new. Clean up a bunch of stuff up here. Get rid of some things that are just not functional or necessary. Clean it up, make it look good. Yeah. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Today, it's all about steering. Having gotten this thing back to the cables in the central position, Got the, I guess you would call it the starboard cable back in its groove, and pulled out the excess of this. Got this centered. You can see that this thing snapped right here, right where it goes around the bend in this quarter radius. You know, probably original cables. I mean, I don't know any. I don't have any reason to suspect they're not. And even though they looked fine when I checked them, it's just not. I don't know. I don't think it's a spot where you can really see if the cable's particularly weakened. You know, I didn't notice anything that looked suspicious on the cables themselves coming around that corner, but obviously that one has been getting weak for 30 years or so. That is the result right there. I'm going to start unwrapping the ends of these cables and getting these fittings off the ends so that I can pull everything out. I want to have it in my hand when I go to budget so that I know what I'm looking for. You know, since I'm doing it all, I'll go ahead and replace the cable in the other one too, because if that angle is wearing on one, it's probably wearing on the other one too. I'd rather not do that again. That was one of the least fun days we've ever had. Let's not repeat it. All right, I'm gonna go yank this thing through, and we'll go see what we can find. Oh, how about that?
Let's get our walking snacks.
Yeah.
You have yours? Yeah. All right, we got it. We can steer again. We walked a budget. They said we don't have the size that you need, so then they sent us to a rigger over at a different boatyard. But they had it, and it was cheap. It was $32 US. So, but they didn't have the last little bit. So Eric's got to go back to budget again. There it is.
This will be the inside end. It's already crimped. So we'll feed it through, and then I need to find a bolt-on crimp for the other end. He did not have any of those, so. But he said that was the best option. So
There you go.
Rigger says so, then I'll
The
go
best
with it.
way to hold stuff.
Lovely day, if a little bouncy out here. You know, it's all relative. Doesn't bother us too much. But we do have the wind coming from a little bit different direction today than it has been. A little more southeast, looks like. And so we're getting a little bit of swell off of the whatever that is down there, that Gulf. Anyway, I did a little bit of shopping. I went to the budget, got some fittings. Those are for our battery up in the generator. I bought a battery that didn't have the right kind of poles, and so I had to rig something temporarily back when we put that battery on, so good to have those now. And I've got 3 of these clamp-ons. Should be everything I need to do both cables. Obviously we're going to start with this one. So I'm going to head downstairs into River's room and see if I can feed this cable back through the sheath. And then once it's through the other end, I'll get everything balanced out, get the wheel in the right position, get the chain positioned on the wheel, and we should be able to get this thing hooked up, I think. And then once we get everything set up, confirm it's all working fine, but we'll do the cable for the other side as well. I might do it tomorrow. I mean, this one so far has not been tough, so might just get it out of the way so we don't have to worry about it once we're hauled out. But start with the broken one first. All right, see if we can get this thing to feed through here. Fits like a glove. Tell you what, I got a feeling we're gonna have some nice smooth steering when this is all over. Because that is feeding through far smoother than it came out. No problem, man. Alright. Can you give me a hand real quick and just go up there and turn the wheel to the left? Alright, that's good. So I got all my parts laying here. I'm gonna put this down so I can re-crimp our old chain piece. Give me one moment. Alright, couldn't get much simpler than that. Alright, now the thing we gotta do is go up there. I need to go down below and make sure that our wheel is centered. So I gotta get the rudder centered. I took pretty good note of that too, and our wheel has always been just a tiny bit to the left off center, like about 1 chain length worth. So I think I can kind of adjust for that. We'll go down and make sure the rudder's straight, then we'll get the wheel lined up with the chain down here before we attach it down below. And I'll tell you what, we are pretty damn close. So this thing is right about where center should be, and so is our wheel. Honestly don't know how that happened, because when everything was loose, that wheel got spun and it was just, you know, the chain was just hopping on the sprocket up down there, or up there, I guess. Down in River's room, but up there. And yet, here we sit, and it's pretty much centered. So, I want to get this cable, just gotta go through that hole there. And then the plastic sheath butts into it. And we will run it around here and see about how much length we need. Probably back this fitting out just enough to give it some adjustment. We'll be ready to rock. There we go. Alright, so this will lay through here. We'll make our swage, or what do you want to call it, our terminal, the right size to fit onto there. And we'll have some extra cable to chop off when we're done. But we'll get it the right length first. Alright, well, I got it provisionally hooked up. Got a lot of excess to cut off and one more clamp to put on there. But just by hand, it went on pretty snug, and I eased up this. This was screwed pretty far in there, still good, plenty on the backside. But now I've got enough room that I can tighten the whole thing up using this adjustment bolt. So I'm just gonna hop up top and crank the wheel a couple times and see how it feels, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think that's a pretty good fix, and I'm pretty happy with the price. Aye. All right, let's go check it out, see how it steers. There's not much slop in it. Right, I'm gonna put it right in the center here. We'll see what it looks like down there. Man, it sure looks good. Looks straight. If anything, it might need to go just a tiniest bit that way. But when I bring in the tension on this, I think that's what it's gonna do. So that'll be kind of perfect. I think we'll go with it because we can always come back and adjust it afterwards. We know our length of the cable is plenty. I'll leave even a little bit more out here because this doesn't go anywhere. This length doesn't change as this is all fixed. So that's not going to get in the way or anything like that. We don't want that much. But, you know, leaving another inch out of that certainly isn't going to hurt anything, just so we've got it. Put our last clamp on. Settle this thing up. We are good to go. We have steering again. Woohoo! A lot less scary fixing it than it was when it went out. Check this out. Steering. Everything's nice and snug. No real looseness in the whole system. So I think we're in good shape. Now I'm really looking forward to replacing this one because that one slides much nicer than this one does. So I think it's going to make our steering feel a lot better. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We'll do the starboard tomorrow, and then we are probably hauling out, I don't know, Friday maybe? We haven't really talked about it yet, but our engine, we have an official ETA. It's literally in transit on the ocean. ETA of the 19th, which is 1 week from tomorrow. So we certainly don't have to be out just for the motor or at any specific time before the motor. We just didn't want to haul out and then find out it didn't actually ship and there was some other screwy problem. You just never know. So, we'll start doing all the prep for getting the engine in there, getting the other old engine out, getting that whole compartment cleaned up. Oh, we got a lot of work to do. It's going to be wonderful when it's done, though. I know. The temperatures have been nice here.
You get closer to the equator and it gets colder. I don't understand.
You can tell the crazy wind has come, even though we're not feeling much of it. It's just like we get these bursts blowing from the north now. It's crazy. Oh, it's sinking. Bloop. Boat's gonna get in the way. Get away! Pretty cool view here because you can see Venezuela out there in the distance. And then there's all these little islands kind of protecting this bay. It's industrial, but it's still pretty damn scenic. You get nature, you get islands, sunsets, Venezuelan mountains, oil rigs, freighters, party boats, derelict boats, fishing boats, sailing boats, boat yards, marinas, little bit of everything.